Hey Centura FBLA, my name's Alec Tim. I currently serve as your 2018-2019 Nebraska FBLA State President. I'm a senior at Arlington High School, and I really want to thank you guys for inviting me to share some more of my thoughts about FBLA today at your chapter meeting. Hopefully I can inspire you guys to stay motivated within your chapter and hopefully motivate you to continue to work within our state chapter and get the best FBLA experience possible while you're in high school. So to me, FBLA is overall just an opportunity to get better. By joining this organization, I got involved and I stayed involved, therefore I was able to better myself as I've grown throughout my high school career. So overall, we're given so many different opportunities within the organization, whether it be working on the BAAs, the CSAs, competing in events, going to workshops, hearing from great leaders. All of these are different chances for you to get better as an individual. And like I said, FBLA gives us so many of these different opportunities that I really think that it's just kind of like a practice field for young leaders. Because while we focus on business within FBLA, I still think that you're learning so many of these different values and different ideas that you can take with you onto college and into your future career, because you're learning how to be a leader, you're learning how to communicate, and you're learning how to be a better person. And when you're doing all of these different things through the opportunities within FBLA, you're setting yourself up for success within your future. So to me, FBLA overall is just a playground where you can learn and you can grow and you can just take all these different opportunities, find what you're good at, find what you're not good at, and work on it, and overall make yourself a better business leader coming up here in your future. So what are the benefits of FBLA? That's my favorite question I always get asked because there are so many and I could talk for hours about it. But to keep it short, I'll just break it down into about 5 main benefits here that you get as an FBLA member. The first of which being networking. It's not always what you know, but it's most often who you know in the world of business. So within FBLA, just a couple numbers to throw out there. There are about 5,000 members across Nebraska and about 250,000 members across the entire world. All of those are just FBLA members alone. Now when you go into a job interview or you're applying for college, someone may have that connection within that was also an FBLA member, and therefore you already have that boosted connection and you're easily remembered by that person because you were both FBLA members. You've both shared the experience of going to conferences and partaking in all of FBLA's different activities. And also, when you go to these conferences, you have the chance to meet new people with different ideas and different goals, but you all kind of share that same idea that you want to be a future business leader. So when it comes to applying for college, or for applying for your career or a job, that connection is so important, and I think that's the biggest benefit that you get out of FBLA is because you're meeting people and you're finding similar ground that you can build upon, and therefore you're becoming a future business leader when you have those connections through your networking opportunities within FBLA. The second main benefit of FBLA is the opportunity to learn. Now on our crest we have service, education, and progress. Now I think education and service can kind of go in the same thing because you're going to learn so much in FBLA through the service that you're doing, and you're also going to learn so much through your competitive events and by attending conferences when you can hear different workshops and different speakers preach their ideas. You're going to learn so many different things that you wouldn't necessarily learn within a classroom. Now the first thing, like I said, is the service. When you're going out into your community, you're going to learn about different people's backgrounds, their ideas, and you're going to build a common ground with those people, and therefore you're going to be learning more about them and you're going to learn more about the world that you live in. Now secondly, with competitive events and conferences, oftentimes some schools across Nebraska, there's not a whole lot of business class options. So when you're partaking in FBLA, you're getting that chance to learn more about business, but you're also learning more about how to be a leader, how to communicate, and how to overall be a better person. So whether it be serving your community or partaking in competitive events or listening to workshops and speakers, overall you're just going to learn so many different things that are taking you above other students who are just spending time in the classroom. Instead, you're going above and beyond and you're preparing yourself for a better future. The third main benefit of FBLA for me was overall just a chance to better yourself. Like I said, in what FBLA means to me, I think FBLA is a chance for you to practice and become a better leader. So overall, whether it be public speaking, just simply going out and shaking someone's hand and introducing yourself, or learning a completely new business skill. Overall, you're going to better yourself and make yourself more employable in the near future. Now, the fourth and fifth benefits that I'm going to share are pretty much hand in hand, in that FBLA is going to look fantastic on your resume, and it is also great for when you're applying to college and looking for money, because college is expensive. Of course, you're going to get great scholarships through FBLA because you're so involved. Now, when you're looking at your employability, and putting FBLA on your resume is fantastic, because FBLA carries such prestige within the career field that you're hoping to go into. Now, FBLA is going to teach you all of these different things that employers are looking for. That's communication, work ethic, responsibility, and overall just teaching you how to be a better business leader, because FBLA is going to teach you how to be a leader, and these organizations that you're going to work for are always looking for leaders. So you're always going to be increasing your employability when you're taking on FBLA at an early age. And then secondly, it's going to look great on a scholarship application, because if someone wants to give you a scholarship, they want to ensure that you're going to take that scholarship and succeed. Now, if they're seeing that you're already taking the opportunity of joining FBLA and succeeding with it, they're more than likely going to give you that scholarship, because you've proven that you're planning on going above and beyond in your future, being successful as a student, but also as a leader, and therefore you're likely going to earn a little bit of money, and hopefully you'll just be better off because you were an FBLA member. Now, my favorite memories that I've ever had with an FBLA, they always come back to FBLA conferences. Now, I went to my first SLC when I was in 8th grade, and I was terrified. I didn't know what to think about FBLA. I saw 2,000 high school kids all gathered into one room. It was pretty crazy. I saw these state officers wearing these like cool blazers, and I thought, hey, those guys look pretty cool. Maybe I should grow up to be like one of them. And so when I look back at all my different memories that I've had, I look back at that 8th grade SLC, because I was so terrified and I didn't know what to think. And basically, I just competed because my advisor told me to. My sister was in FBLA, and so I just decided, yeah, I'll go to this conference. It seems fun. I get to go to Cocoa Key and hang out with my friends and just take a couple tests. But instead, that SLC really changed the course of my next couple of years, because I decided that, wow, this organization really blew me away. These kids are professional, they're smart, and they have goals for the future. And a lot of us, we all want to make a lot of money one day. And I thought, wow, future business leaders of America, those guys have to make a lot of money one day. And so that kind of inspired me. And so overall, from that point on, in that April of 2014, I believe, I just got involved more and more and more. And then it came to my sophomore year of SLC when I campaigned to be the state secretary and won. And then this recently, as my junior year, I campaigned to be the state president. But so it always comes back to my favorite memories of that 8th grade SLC, when I really fell in love and I had that aha moment within FBLA that I think a lot of us share. When you get really involved within the organization, you look back at that one thing that got you inspired to do more. And for me, it was that 8th grade SLC, because overall, I was just shocked at how impressive everyone was and the different opportunities that I could have. And overall, it's taken me to dozens of states, big cities, overall just places that I wouldn't have gotten to go if I hadn't gotten inspired at that 8th grade SLC. Now, I want to thank you guys again for inviting me to speak at your chapter meeting. I had a lot of fun coming up with my answers for your guys' questions, and hopefully I answered them. You got a little bit out of what I said. Hopefully you're a little bit more inspired now to get involved within our organization. Now, if you want to keep up to date with what Nebraska FBLA is doing, what the state officer team is doing, always follow us on our social media accounts on Twitter at Nebraska FBLA. Same thing on Instagram at Nebraska FBLA. And you can also find us on Facebook at Nebraska FBLA. And then if you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, or you just want to learn a little bit more about FBLA and you want more of a personal connection, or if there's something that I didn't answer that you were hoping for me to answer, always contact me. You can find me at president@nebraskafbla.org, or you can find me on any of my social media accounts, Instagram and Twitter. I have at AlecTim and at AlecFBLA. Reach out if you want to see what we're doing as state officers, or always just share something on social media of your activities within FBLA. Hashtag NE1KFBLA. We'll hopefully repost for you guys, and we just want to see what you're doing. Thank you again so much for inviting me. Hopefully I answered all of your questions, and I want to wish you guys the best of luck in the upcoming FBLA year. Remember to share everything that you're doing with our social media accounts, and I hope to see you guys very soon in April at the State Leadership Conference. Thank you.